Excuse me, sir. You there? Would you like to game? Then game we shall.
What is going on, guys? Mordecai Mike here, Mikey Mads on my live stream at Twitch TV. First off, I would like to thank everybody who has subscribed to me and or following me on my Twitch TV right now. I just broke 700 subscribers on YouTube, and that is a big deal to me. So, guys, I really appreciate it. I know a lot of people say that, and you know, whether they mean it or not, I'm not sure, but I genuinely really appreciate it, guys. I've met so many good people on this adventure and this community. I've made a lot of good friends. I've even told people on my stream I don't want to call people followers. I want to call them friends because they make it a very enjoyable experience and it's a lot of fun. So if you guys haven't had a chance to check the stream out, definitely come do it. There's a great community there. I could sit or name so many people that have been so nice and so helpful. And even while I'm in stream and I'm talking and even if I'm kind of distracted and I'm trying to answer a bunch of questions, I've had people take the initiative in my stream and answer questions for people and help them out on their own. And it's basically an astounding resemblance and reflection of what I want this community to be and what I want gaming to be for a lot of people, online. So these guys have pretty much, they are what makes my stream good. And so I want to thank everybody before I get this video started. But so moving on, I'm so excited about this build that I want to talk about right now. Before I show you what I found, I want to basically talk about the build and how it works. Essentially how this build works is it boosts your offensive capabilities as well as boosting your defensive capabilities. And I can comfortably do Tournament 5 right now with pretty much ease. Tournament 6, I probably need to make a couple adjustments and changes in order to do it. I can do Tournament 6, it's just there's certain rare packs and elite packs sometimes that kind of just mess me up. So anyway, I'm going to show you guys some Tournament 5 gameplay, and later on I will do some Tournament 6 because it's very viable. But so let's go over the build that I'm using right now, guys. I've changed my build completely, and this is what's most effective right now in my opinion. It's working great. So on my left click, I'm using Firebomb and Flashfire. Now I haven't actually checked into this, but it seems to me that every time the bomb bounces, it actually applies a chance to apply area damage. It just seems to synergize really well with this build. Even though I have no bonus fire damage at all, it's fantastic. It works really great, and I'll be showing you that here in a minute. On my right click, I'm using Soul Harvest with Vengeful Spirit. This spell is perfect for this build, and the reason it is because it boosts your overall intelligence, which your overall intelligence boosts your defensive all resist, and it also boosts all your damage. So it's an amazing spell, as well as being a nuke. And if you have noticed, guys, it's a physical spell. And at running a pet build or a pet damage type build, this is perfect. It synergizes well with this. On my one key, I'm using Healing Journey on the Spirit Walk. You could switch this to whatever you like, but me personally, I like the Healing Journey. I think it just synergizes really well with this build and its survivability while you're being beefed up. On my 2 key, I'm using Mass Confusion with Paranoia. This thing I just absolutely love. The more I use it, the more I love it. I've had some people kind of beg to differ and argue with me, saying that, why am I doing this? I should use Piranhas, and kind of bashing on me using it. But here's the thing, guys, is this spell right here, it doesn't require any passives at all, lasts for 12 seconds, and it makes all enemies in the area take 20% more damage, which is 15% more than Piranhas. Now, some people might say it's only 5% more, but that's a huge difference when you're doing millions of damage, guys. That's a massive difference. Not to mention, Piranhas does not affect yellow elite packs at all whatsoever. This spell does. If you hit something with Mass Confusion, whether it's a yellow pack or a blue pack, whatever, this spell will still confuse those enemies and either make them hit each other and or stand still, and it drops. Essentially, this spell will drop so much aggro off you that it's actually a very defensive, offensive spell. It's really great, and it boosts the damage all the enemies are taking by 20%. So essentially, makes everybody in the party do 20% more damage to those enemies. So I cannot stress enough how good this spell is. So I strongly suggest and recommend it. On my 3 key, I'm using Fetish Army with Legion of Daggers, and this will never change unless they make some changes to the other Fetish Army runes, but this one's amazing. It's pretty much a must. On my 4 key, I'm using Big Bad Voodoo with Slam Dance, guys. This is powerful. It's very good. You never really want to not use this, especially if you're soloing. The only way you might change this is if you're playing with other Witch Doctors and you want to stack Voodoos. You might want to change it to Ghost Trance or Rain Dance or something, but since this build ultimately allows me to permanently have Fetish Army and Big Bad Voodoo, I take Big Bad Voodoo usually. For passives, guys, I'm using Grave Injustice, which synergizes completely well with this build. Every time an enemy dies, you get 1% life and mana return to yourself, and you get 1 second cooldown reduction on all of your spells. with the 20-yard radius. And I'm also using Thing of the Deep, so it's a 40-yard radius. Spirit Vessel is amazing. If you ever were to take fatal damage, you would be put into a spirit form instead, and heal 15% of your maximum life, 90-second cooldown, and it also reduces cooldown on Spirit Walk, so it synergizes really well with Graven Justice. You can pop Spirit Walk more, which allows you to heal more. Gruesome Feast, my friends, this one is amazing with this build, and the reason it's so good is because it is also boosting your max mana and intelligence, and when it does this, it also synergizes and stacks with the Soul Harvest. So again, this spell is making you more defensive as well as more offensive. And on my 4th passive, guys, I'm using Tribal Rites. And Tribal Rites is amazing with this just because it further allows you to pretty much have everything that's vital and essential to this build. Cooldowns are always good. So you could switch something out if you wanted to. You could probably swap Gruesome Feast with Pierce the Veil and get a lot more damage out of this build. But the only downside to that is the fact that you're losing some of your defensive capabilities. So it's up to you, but I feel like this build does enough damage as is. Now let's go into the item I want to show everybody that has made this build possible. And it would be this right here, my friends. If you guys have not gotten this thing, it is amazing, and I strongly suggest and recommend trying to get one. Now, it's not to say that Zuni's is completely useless, because the 4-set bonus from Zuni's is still really good, and there's stuff you can do with that that's a little different than this build. But this build is still really strong. The only difference with Zuni's is that you'd be able to use a Doombringer in your main hand, which would also boost physical damage on your pets, which would be really strong. However, the trade-off for that is this dagger pretty much allows you to have permanent Fetish Army and Big Bad Voodoo. Zuni's does not. Zuni's does not allow you to have a permanent Big Bad Voodoo. So you can get more pet damage from Zuni's set, but you can get overall more party buff damage with this knife here, so it's kind of how that works. So essentially, every time a Fetish Army minion does damage, it reduces the cooldown of your Big Bad Voodoo and Fetish Army by 1 second. So every time one of your little dagger guys stabs somebody, it's dropping the cooldown on both of those by 1 second. And that is completely absurd. So, and I'm using pretty much all physical damage, Stone of Jordan, elite damage. I'm actually using a socket right now in my offhand. I want to try to get one with Fetish Army damage, but the intelligence, again, stacks really well and synergizes with this build, which is overall offense and defense. So that's my damage and my toughness and my healing with no buffs. And we'll get into this, guys, and we'll show you what kind of damage and stuff you can get to. So this is Torment 5. Okay, so now we have an area here. You want to hit everything with your Soul Harvest first and then pop your army, Big Bad Voodoo. And just watch the cooldowns, guys. It's pretty crazy. Okay, so it's pretty much essentially right back and ready to go. Okay, now we have a pack here. So what you want to do here is you actually want to mass confuse this pack and sit back and just start bombing the hell out of it. And the reason you want to mass confusion it is because you want that pack to basically sit there and hit each other instead of you. And you can see with these firebombs, see how they just bounce around and keep hitting everything? It's amazing, man. This works great. And there you go. I have my Big Bad Voodoo and Fetish Army back again. And like I said, on normal trash, you don't really want to use your mass confusion in most cases, as long as you can handle it. Sorry about the choppy issues. It's Act 3, ever since the patch, has been choppy for everybody. I don't know why. I'll just go and do this little event just to give you guys another little demonstration. Here you go. See, again, you want to go ahead and confuse, pop all your stuff, and just sit there and just bomb them. I mean, just look at that damage. It's unreal, man. And this is without Pierce the Veil passive, you know. Nothing super fancy here. It's just a solid build, and it's devastating. And every time like an enemy dies around you, it reduces the cooldown of all your spells, so your Soul Harvest comes back quicker. So you can run in and nuke, you know, you can just run in and pop, you know, if it doesn't die before you get there. But look at this, guys. I've basically defeated Zuni's. I did it without getting Zuni's. 16 million right there on that Soul Harvest. Pop Fetish Army and Big Bad Voodoo again. See, and it just never goes away, man. You can just keep doing it. And there you have it, guys. Torment 5. There's a few set items I'd like to craft. There's one that reduces ranged and melee attacks by 7%, and then the 3-set bonus, I believe it's either 2-set or 3-set, but it reduces damage from elites by 15% and boosts damage against elites by 15%. So my goal is to get the shoulders and the boots of that set, and then with the Blackthorns, I'm going to have with the Grandeur ring, which I do have one. I just want to try to get a trifecta. But essentially what it's going to do is it's going to make me do 10% more damage against elites and then reduce damage by 10%. And then with that other set, it'll end up giving me 25% damage bonus to elites and then reduce all damage from elites by 25%. So when I get that in order and I get it all going, I will make another video and keep you guys posted. But as of right now, I guess that's pretty much all I got to show you guys for now. As always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all the support I get again, guys. If anybody has any questions about the build or has any questions for me personally, about the game in general, don't be afraid to ask. And definitely come on over and check out the live stream, guys. I'm trying to do it every day. I don't have a set schedule, but I'm working on that right now. My current job is kind of flip-flop hours, and it's kind of getting lame, so I'm trying to find a job that's more stable on the hours. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.